Hi all, today we are going to discuss some details about the first Indian English poet, Henry Louis Vivian Derozio. Henry Derozio was born on 18th April 1809 in Kolkata. He was a child of Indo-Portuguese father and a British mother. He was a very brilliant student and he got a job at the age of 14 as a clerk. And later he became an English literature teacher at the age of 17 with the help of his beloved teacher. And as a young teacher, he influenced his students very much. It was in 1826 he joined as an English literature teacher, and in 1828 his students organized the Academic Association, a debating society, and these students later they were known as the Young Bengal. He taught his students to think freely, to analyze things rationally before blindly believing them, and he taught them to get rid of superstitious beliefs, and he also taught them the need for women empowerment and the need for protection of women. He inspired his students and enriched their intellectual. See, all these things happened when India was under British rule and India lost its prosperity. Then Indian young minds were filled with superstitious beliefs, so that on those days Henry Derozio was considered as an anti-Hinduist. So Derozio was forced by the management of Hindu College to resign from the job on 1831. Some of his most remarkable poems were written just a year before his death. It was an untimely death in 1831 at the age of 22, and he was affected by cholera. After his death, through his students, his poetry lived. Henry Derozio was the first Indian English poet or a sonneteer who headed Bengal movement. He was the assistant headmaster of Hindu College at Kolkata in his younger age of 21. And he was a radical thinker and one of the first Indian educators to disseminate the Western learning and science among the young men of Bengal. Despite having little Indian blood in his veins, he loved India. His patriotic zeal for his native Bengal made to consider himself as an Indian. He wrote many wonderful poems in English. While discussing the writing style of Henry Derozio, most of his works are in sonnet form, and beauty as well as the secret terror of nature is explained through his poem, and death also became a theme in his works. In one of his works, he was written death as his best friend. Some of his most remarkable works are Fakir of Jangira, a poem deals with story of a young Brahmin widow Nulini. Another one, Harp of India, a patriotic sonnet. Then To the Moon, a different sonnet having 7 couplets. Then Song of Hindustani Minstrel, a love poem explaining the beauty of a lover. Even though he got only limited time to shine on this earth, he has spread his light over his students, and he was known as the Indian English writer, one among the first writers of Indian English. And that's all about Henry Vivian Derozio. Thank you for listening to the class.